Hello, wonderful people. We are so much excited to come your way with another edition of the Speak English with Eric series on our YouTube channel. We are so much grateful to you for all your support in our previous post. In our recent video, we did something on idioms and you loved it. Today, we want to expand our vocabulary. And so we have 10 amazing words that you might have thought they never existed, but these are words that we use every now and then. We talk about their activities, we talk about what they are, but we may not have the exact words to describe them. So today we have compiled 10 amazing words that would make you feel like, this was the word I was looking for, right? So don't go anywhere, stick and stay. Let's get right into this. So the first word that we want to talk about today is telegenic. Telegenic. You may have been familiar with the word photogenic, as in somebody who looks attractive and beautiful in pictures, right? So such a person is photogenic. And so when it comes to telegenic, then someone who looks attractive or beautiful in videos or in television or on television, right? So you could say that most newscasters are telegenic. They look really attractive in videos and on television, right? So that's our first word. We would like you to form your own examples in our comment section. By so doing, you get used to the word and it becomes part of your vocabulary. The second word that we want to talk about today is ambivert. 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 You may also have heard about the words extrovert and introvert. So does that give you an idea? Okay, so let's do this. So we say that an extrovert is someone who is sociable, outgoing, open, always free to make new friends, to interact with people, whereas an introverted person is someone who is often quiet, prefers solitude, prefers to be by themselves, and they don't like really much to socialize. So such a person is introvert, or the person is introverted. But we realize that there are people who have the combination of these two characteristics. So they are extroverted sometimes and they are introverted sometimes. Sometimes, depending on the context or the people around, you can find that this person has these qualities of an introvert and an extrovert. So such a person is an ambivert. An ambivert. So we would like to see your example in the comment section. Do you know anyone who is an ambivert, or are you also ambiverted? Let us know in the comment section. So the third amazing word, this word I'm sure you'll be gaping by now because it's a practice that we often do, but I didn't know there was an English word for that. So I couldn't find it in any English dictionary, but I found it in a Scottish dictionary. The word is doofifi. Doofifi. So let me take you back to our kitchen and other places. So if you have poured an item from a bottle and then there remains some few drops which you want to scoop out, right? And so you lay the bottle on the side for the remainder of the item to drain off, to drain away. That action that we do is called doofifi, right? So in order to get all the items from the bottle, you lay it on the side so that it gradually moves outside the bottle, right? So that action is doofifi. It's a verb, and so we can inflect for present tense, for past tense, and maybe a continuous form. So doofifin, doofifid, right? So I want you to use it in the comment section so that it becomes part of your vocabulary. The fourth word that we want to talk about is half orphan or single orphan, right? So A half orphan or a single orphan is a child who has lost one parent. So a child who has lost one parent is a half orphan or a single orphan, right? A child who has lost both parents is a double orphan. A double orphan. In Akan, they try to distinguish between a Janka and a Visia, right? So that's the same rhetorics with a half orphan and a double orphan. So if we have a situation where it's the mother who has died, then we can say the child is a maternal orphan. That means that it is the mother who has died. And then if it's the father who has died, then we can also talk about a paternal orphan, right? So the key words here are half orphan or single orphan, double orphan, maternal orphan, and a paternal orphan. So these are words that you can always use to expand your vocabulary. Now, the fifth word that we want to talk about is trilemma. Trilemma. I know you've heard about the word dilemma, right? Where you have the difficult choice to make between two options, often two unfavorable or undesirable options. And so you are left in a dilemma, not knowing which one to choose between two words or two situations, sorry. And so if you have a situation where you have to choose amongst three options, you have to choose one amongst three options, then you can say you are in a trilemma, right? So choosing amongst three things. Another key thing to note here is if you are choosing or if you are dealing between two things, you talk about between. If it is three or more, then you talk about among. And so if you are talking about dilemma, you use between. But if it is trilemma, then it's among. So we had the trilemma of choosing amongst going home, sleeping here, or vacating the room, right? So this is a trilemma, right? Okay. So I want to see your example in the comment section about trilemma. Vocabulary number 6. Pandiculation. 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 So if you wake up in the morning, oftentimes you stretch and yawn at the same time. So stretching and yawning at the same time is called pandiculation. Pandiculation. According to scientists, it is very good for the body. It resets the body so that it makes the body active again, right? So that is pandiculation. Stretching and yawning at the same time. Is it something that you've always done, but you didn't know there was a word for it? Then that's why Speak English with Eric is here. We want to help you on all different levels to expand your vocabulary, to give you more idioms. And so if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. It is Speak English with Eric. Here we offer you nothing but the best comprehensive English lessons to expand your vocabulary to help improve upon your language skills, right? Vocabulary number 7, contraflow. Contraflow. When you're on the road, sometimes because they are repairing one side of the road, they allow vehicles moving at the opposite side to use one side of the road. This is a traffic management system where because we are fixing one side of the road, all vehicles are supposed to use the other side of the road. So in that case, vehicles at the opposite side or meeting at the opposite side are supposed to use one side of the road. That kind of traffic management system is called a contraflow, right? So it's something that we see very often, but probably we didn't know the term for it. But here you have it. It's a contraflow. So I want you to use it in a sentence in the comment section so that it stays. All right. Vocabulary number 8. Vocabulary number 8. Ghost touching. Ghost touching. Sometimes because your phone screen is faulty, it responds to presses or inputs that you haven't done. So it keeps pressing things, opening up, sending messages that you are not the one who did. So that kind of situation is called ghost touching, right? I'm sure you may have experienced it before. If you have a faulty screen, sometimes it makes it difficult to type because as you type, it keeps pressing things that you haven't done, right? So that kind of situation is ghost touching. Ghost touching. So let's see your comments in the comment section by way of giving an example with ghost touching. Right. Vocabulary number 9, hitchhike. Hitchhike. So this is a situation where you stand by the roadside and then you ask for a ride from passing vehicles, right? So looking for lifts or looking for rides by the roadside. So that action is called hitchhiking or to hitchhike. A person who does this is called a hitchhiker. Hitchhiker, right? I'm sure you'll be able to use this in a sentence, so let us hear from you. Hitchhike, hitchhiker, hitchhiking, right? Now, vocabulary number 10, retrofit. Retrofit. So as a verb, this means that you add a component or an accessory to something, right, that wasn't originally part of it when it was manufactured. For example, if you insert or add a camera or a camcorder to your car because it didn't have a camera when it was manufactured, you can say that you've retrofitted your car with a camera or a video recorder or a camcorder, right? So to retrofit means to add a component or an accessory to something because it wasn't part of it when it was manufactured. Figuratively, if you planned an event, right? You planned something and then originally something was not part of it, but you've realized that you need to make some adjustments, some additions to it. So you can say that you've retrofitted that event with another thing or with something, right? So that's our vocabulary number 10, retrofit. Let's see your example in the comment section. So we've come to the end of this video. We hope that you were able to pick one or two vocabulary that you'll be able to use in your own communication. One characteristic of people who are fluent or people who are proficient in a language is their ability to express themselves using simple words, using simple, straightforward words. So it helps you in your understanding, in your writing, your speaking, in your reading. In all aspects of the language, you need words to be able to do that. And so if you have a mastery of words, it's one way to help you become a very good communicator. All right. So until we come your way with another lesson, we want you to take care of yourself. We will see you again. Bye-bye.